think I'm in love. Say it way too often. I can't play these games. Think I'm switching up the offense. See me in LA, I be moving cautious. I can feel no pain rolling up. I'm so exhausted. I be so exhausted. Whoa, I be so exhausted. Whoa, I close my eyes, I see the vision. All this weed and got me lifted. Pour for and then I finish.
When watching a supernova productions presentation, it is important to remember the supernova's guide to not being a Ďudес. This guide involves the watch principle, which goes as follows. Watch where you watch this video. This video contains emergency alert system tones that, if played near EAS equipment, such as encoders or ham radios, could cause an activation of the emergency alert system. Unauthorized activations of the emergency alert system are federal offenses. The charge for a federal offense could range from $20,000 to $1 million. You could also spend a few months to 5 years in jail. Adjust your volume accordingly. This video contains loud noises that can cause ear damage. The creator of the video, Supernova/Hypernova, will not be responsible for any ear damage caused by this video. Tune to another video if need be. This video may contain noises that could be upsetting to viewers with noise sensitivity or neurological conditions, such as ADHD or autism spectrum disorder. In addition, this video may contain topics that could be triggering to some viewers. These topics include, but are not limited to, mentions or depictions of war, self-harm, horror, violence, death, and various others. Viewer discretion is advised. Click away if need be. This video may contain flashing lights, which could have negative effects for photosensitive viewers. Have some basic humility. Do not steal this video or re-upload without permission from the owner. Doing so may result in a DMCA strike on your channel. Remember the watch principle of Supernova's guide to not being a Ďudес while viewing this presentation, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Find Sponge Serenity, Paperbird, clean in peace. Now at ShopRite and partner retailers.
A civil authority has issued a civil emergency message for the following counties or areas. Cook, Illinois. At 2:33 p.m. on April 27, 2021, effective until 3:15 p.m. Message from WGN-TV9. Law enforcement and local civilians have reported multiple other civilians disappearing without a trace. This appears to occur at random. Reports state that when an individual is affected, they begin to turn into a black dust-like substance and blow away. At the current moment, there's no way of stopping this phenomenon once affected. Local law enforcement are looking into the situation to find the cause. At this time, you are advised to remain vigilant and to continue to monitor media outlets for further information on the situation. If you become affected, there will be little time before you disintegrate. At this time, it is also unknown what happens to affected individuals afterwards. Continue to remain vigilant at this time, and stay tuned for further information on this situation.
Mansion.
That's right, Tom. Police say the victim was killed by a knife belonging to the mayor, who is considered the prime suspect at this time.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Cook County Emergency Management. The situation involving the disappearance of residents has worsened. More residents have begun disappearing, and the phenomenon has spread to more areas in Cook County. The Cook County Emergency Management is attempting to look into the cause of this situation, but have turned up with no results. If the phenomenon continues to worsen, an evacuation order may be issued. You are advised to continue to remain vigilant, and to continue to monitor media outlets for further information on this situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you all know what's called us here.
Yep, people in Chicago are randomly disappearing and turning into black dust.
Exactly. This could be the work of a normal SCP, however, I believe differently. Remember one of Dr. Tanhoney's proposals, right? Ah, the dead men one, right? That's one of them, but not the one I was thinking of. This is the Black Moon. Object Class, Keter. However, if you read through the proposal and what's going on over in Illinois, I think it's safe to assume we've got an appalling another SCP on our hands.
Oh God. I think you're right. If so, we gotta tell the United Nations immediately.
Hold it there. Maybe first, we should send a mobile task force to scour the area to see if this is a containable anomaly doing, instead of 001? One has a point. We probably should send out an MTF first, but even while they're out there, we should begin preparation for an XK class scenario. Agreed.
message from your state authorities by the order of the Department of Homeland Security, the Illinois National Guard, and an anonymous authority. The Department of Homeland Security suspects an anomalous entity may be the cause of the recent unnatural disappearances. Due to this, the Illinois National Guard has been ordered to enact a martial law for the entire state until the entity or cause of these disappearances is found. The stipulations of the martial law are as follows. No one is allowed to leave their homes for the time being. Rations shall be provided every 7 days to your home, which will include canned goods, bottled water, and other vitamins and nutrients necessary for survival. If you need bigger rations or specific medications or treatments, call your local police or fire department. They will survey your home and make accommodations based on how many people reside there. If you are caught outside, you will be detained and quarantined. Once it is deemed that you are not experiencing the effects of this anomaly, you will be escorted to your residence, fined, and placed on house arrest. If you resist the military, you will be arrested or killed. No one will be allowed to enter the state, and all flights will be grounded for the time being. Attempting to hoard rations will result in severe legal punishment, which could lead to arrest. Attempting to leave the state will result in immediate arrest. Please understand that these actions are for your and the country's safety. Updates on this situation will continue to be provided via the emergency alert system, NOAA weather radio, commercial radio, and TV news outlets. This is the emergency alert system. Normal programming will be allowed to resume, but may be abruptly interrupted to bring the latest activations of the emergency.
Major rioting ongoing across the northern Midwest. Do not leave your home at this time. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Homeland Security and an anonymous authority. Riots have broken out in the states of Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, and Missouri. This has been caused due to the measures taken to contain the anomaly, which has already begun to spread to adjacent states. Citizens have begun committing acts of violence and destruction, such as disturbing the peace, arson, destruction of property, grand larceny, violation of government-enacted restrictions, breaking and entering, battery, and assault of government officials across the mentioned states. The rioters have also begun to breach government blockades and enter other states. At this time, stay in your homes and do not go outside. Close and lock all windows and doors. Barricade them to the best of your ability. Turn off all heating and air conditioning systems, and seal all cracks on doors and windows with tape, damp clothing, or damp towels. If a rioter enters your home, you may take any means necessary to defend life and property, including lethal force. However, vigilantism will not be tolerated, and attempting to detain rioters or anyone breaking the martial law, you will be punished. The previous stipulations are still in place, and you are to follow them accordingly. Do not participate in these riots. Doing so will result in arrest or death. If this situation does not improve or worsens, the United States Army may be called, and the armed forces will have full control to do as they see fit to put down the riots and enforce the martial law in these areas. To repeat, riots have erupted in the northern Midwestern states. Act now to protect your life.
Christ, was the O5 even right about it being a different anomaly? How long have we even been searching for this goddamn thing?
I think nearly 2 days. I don't know, I kinda lost track myself.
The others who were assigned to Southern Illinois haven't found anything either, and these dumbass rioters aren't helping anything either.
You think we should report to base then? Because it's either this entity escaped Illinois and went to other states, in which case we would need to extract backup and nationwide martial law. Or it's an Apollyon SCP, in which case, what can we do?
I think it's the latter, because I just heard that something similar is going on in China, Finland, and Czechia.
Yeah, this might be out of our hands. Let's just head back to base and see if we have any new orders.
This is the NOAA Weather Radio KHA-53 in Rochester, your source for official weather information across the Western Finger Lakes and the Genesee Valley. KHA-53 operates on a frequency of 162.40 megahertz. The 12 a.m. weather at Rochester, there were thunderstorms. The temperature was 79 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 degrees Celsius, the dew point 78, and the relative humidity 97%. The wind was breezy. The pressure was 30.1 inches and falling. Repeating at Rochester, there were This is not a test. Repeating, this is not a test. All listeners of this broadcast must listen very carefully. The following message is transmitted at the request of an anonymous authority in conjunction with the United States government. For various reasons, we cannot reveal who we are, but for the past 9 hours, we have been working with the United States government, along with the United Nations, to find the cause of the dematerialization of individuals in the United States. Our theory was that there was a certain anomaly or creature causing them, but due to quick spread of the phenomenon across the United States, and confirmed instances of the phenomenon in other countries, such as Canada, Mexico, Cuba, Guatemala, Honduras, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, France, Czechia, Slovakia, Poland, Austria, Russia, Mongolia, China, Taiwan, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippine Islands, Australia, New Zealand, and Madagascar, we now believe our secondary theory was true. This theory states that a non-physical anomaly known as the Black Moon causes an event every few decades, in which multiple life forms, including humans, turn into a black substance and disappear completely. As far as our organization knows, there is no way to prevent this event, or to stop yourself from being affected. This phenomenon, however, has not been reported in Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, Africa, Antarctica, or South America. However, this is believed to change in the coming hours or days. It is also not known how long this event will last. Due to this, the martial law has been expanded to the entire nation and will only end when this event ends. Our organization, along with the United States government, will provide rations to citizens across the country. These rations shall be provided every 7 days to your home, which will include canned goods, bottled water, and other vitamins and nutrients necessary for survival. If you need bigger rations or specific medications or treatments, call your local police or fire department. They will survey your home and make accommodations based on how many people reside there. We are working with the United Nations to find a solution to this situation, but at this time, residents need to stay calm and not panic, as they will only make the situation worse than it already is. In addition, rioting is now considered a felony and will result in indefinite detainment or execution. The United States Armed Forces, along with our organization's forces, have been deployed to keep law and order in the country. The
Resisting our forces will result in detainment or death. Please understand that these measures have been put in place to prevent a potential mass extinction event from becoming worse than it already is. Updates on this situation will continue to be provided via the emergency alert system, NOAA weather radio, commercial radio, and TV news outlets. This is the emergency alert system. Normal programming will be allowed to resume, but may be abruptly interrupted to bring the latest activations of the emergency alert system. To repeat, a potential mass extinction event of global significance is ongoing. Abide by the martial law rules to stay safe. This has been a message from the National Emergency Alert System.
Aviso de emergência. Uma emergência nacional está em andamento. Esta mensagem será vital para a sua segurança. Esta mensagem foi redigida por consenso do presidente de um conselho de autoridade desconhecida. O fenômeno, conhecido como fenômeno da Lua Negra, se espalhou para a América do Sul e esse país. Os residentes no país são aconselhados a fazer o seguinte: ficar dentro de casa e, longe dos outros, coletar comida e água e racioná-la com sabedoria. Reúna roupas e suprimentos médicos em caso de ferimento. Reúna produtos de higiene pessoal e rádio para atualizações, pois os serviços de televisão nem sempre estão disponíveis para atualizações. Este fenômeno faz com que um indivíduo afetado se transforme em uma substância semelhante a uma poeira negra e desapareça. Pelo que, sabemos, não há como evitar que isso aconteça, ou nenhuma maneira de saber se será afetado, por isso é aconselhável se abrigar em sua casa para maximizar suas chances de sobrevivência. Além disso, é aconselhável ficar longe dos grandes centros populacionais, pois estão ocorrendo distúrbios e saques em massa, o que pode colocar sua vida em risco. Se você está em um grande centro populacional, pense: evacuar para um local menos povoado, como a floresta amazônica ou a região centro-oeste do país. Partes menos povoadas do país significam menos tumultos, o que significa menos perigo. O governo está à beira do colapso devido aos tumultos e desaparecimentos de funcionários do governo. Como tal, você não poderá contar com a ajuda do governo. Você estará sozinho na maior parte do tempo. Entanto, espera-se que isso acabe assim que os tumultos forem reprimidos. Fique atento a esse meio de informação de emergência para as últimas atualizações sobre esta situação.
Gather food and water, and ration it wisely. Gather clothes and medical supplies in case of an injury. Gather toiletries and a radio for updates, as television services may not always be available for updates. This phenomenon causes an individual affected to turn into a black dust-like substance and disappear. As far as we know, there is no way to prevent this from happening, or no way to know who will be affected, which is why you are advised to shelter in your home to maximize your chances of survival. Also, You are advised to stay away from major population centers, as mass rioting and looting is occurring, which could jeopardize your life. If you are in a major population center, try to evacuate to a less populated place, such as the Amazon rainforest, or the central west region of the country. Less populated parts of the country means less rioting, which means less danger. The government is on the brink of collapse due to the riots and disappearances of government officials, and as such, you will not be able to rely on the government for help. You will be on your own for the most part. However, this is expected to end once the riots are put down. Stay tuned to this medium of emergency info for the latest updates.
中华人民共和国政府已发布紧急信息，中央电视台将很快转播这一消息。
The government of the People's Republic of China has issued an emergency message. China Central Television will relay this message shortly.
“这是来自中华人民共和国政府和匿名权威的紧急信息。此时，世界各地正在发生极其危险的局面，一种被称为黑月的现象已被注意到会导致受影响个体的某些死亡。据报道，受影响的个体一旦受到影响，就会变成黑色粉尘状物质，然后被吹走。不知道能不能阻止这件事的发生。”也不知道这件事什么时候结束，因此，人民解放军已被召集执行戒严令。戒严将从晚上7点开始，到早上7点结束。但是，一旦再次到晚上7点，您将需要返回家中。在戒严期间，军队会为您和您的家人提供口粮和水。但是，如果您看到骚乱，请前往您的家并拨打119。我们不会容忍骚乱，并将迅速而积极地处理。收集用品，例如医疗用品、手机和转换器、洗漱用品、毯子和枕头，以及带充电器的手摇曲柄或电池供电的收音机。但是，如果您遇到紧急情况，请尝试自己解决。因为在此事件期间服务很紧张，请继续关注媒体以获取有关这种情况的更多信息，将继续通过人民警告系统提供更新。
This is an urgent message from the government of the People's Republic of China and an anonymous authority. At this time, an extremely dangerous situation is taking place across the world. A phenomenon, known as the Black Moon, which has been noted to cause a strange occurrence in affected individuals. Affected individuals are reported to turn into a black dust-like substance once affected, and blow away. It is unknown if you can stop this from occurring, and it is also unknown when this event will end. Due to this, the People's Liberation Army has been called in to enforce martial law. This martial law will begin at 7 p.m. and end at 7 a.m. However, once it is 7 p.m. again, you will be required to head back to your home. Rations of food and water will be delivered by the army to you and your family during the martial law period. However, if you see riots, please head to your home and call 119. Rioting will not be tolerated and will be dealt with swiftly and aggressively. Gather supplies, such as medical supplies, cell phones and chargers, toiletries, blankets and pillows, and a hand crank or battery-powered radio with a charger. However, if you have an emergency, try to resolve it yourself, as services are being strained during this event. Stay tuned to media outlets for further information on this situation. Updates will continue to be provided via the People's Warning System.
국가 비상사태 게시판입니다. 이 게시판의 다음 정보는 현재 상황에 대한 최신 정보를 얻고 생존하는 데 도움이 됩니다. 위험하고 치명적인 현상이 전국에 퍼지고 있습니다. 이 현상은 우리 현실 외부에 존재하는 검은 달이라는 물체에 의해 발생했습니다. 이 현상은 박테리아를 제외한 탄소 기반 생명체의 유기물이 분해되어 검은색의 미지의 먼지 같은 물질로 변하는 현상입니다. 결국 개인의 모든 물질은 이 검은 먼지 같은 물질로 변형됩니다. 피해자는 사망한 것으로 간주되며 그렇게 처리되어야 합니다. 정부가 아는 한 이런 일이 일어나지 않도록 막을 방법이 없습니다. 이 상황의 심각성으로 인해 정부는 사망의 유입으로 인해 공황 구매와 동료 시민에 대한 폭력이 발생함에 따라 모든 사람에게 집에 머물 것을 촉구합니다. 이것이 우리나 북한이 하는 일이라는 폭동과 음모도 있었지만 유엔과 우리 정부가 아는 한 그렇지 않습니다. 폭동이 계속되거나 악화되면 군이 계엄령 시행에 나선다. 이런 일이 발생하면 모든 교통, 상점, 레스토랑, 공공 모임 공간 및 기타 시설이 폐쇄되고 이제 개방될 수 있습니다. 시민들은 더 이상 이러한 장소에 갈 수 없으며 집에 머물러야 합니다. 군대는 통조림, 생수, 그리고 생존에 필요한 기타 비타민과 영양소를 집에 제공할 것입니다. 더 많은 배급량이나 특정 약품 또는 치료가 필요하면 114로 전화하십시오. 경찰은 귀하의 집을 조사하고 거주하는 사람 수에 따라 편의를 제공할 것입니다. 계엄 기간 동안 밖에 나가면 체포되거나 죽임을 당한다. 정부에 대항하여 공모하거나 정부에 대항하여 무장을 시도하면 테러리스트로 분류되며 신속하고 치명적인 무력에 직면하게 됩니다. 이 나라는 치명적인 글로벌 이상 현상으로 황폐화되면서 혼란에 빠질 여유가 없습니다. 음식, 물, 의복, 의료용품, 휴대전화, 전화충전기, 세면도구, 여분의 배터리 또는 충전기가 있는 배터리 전원 또는 수동 크랭크 라디오를 모으십시오. 공급품이 최소 한 달 동안 또는 정부가 배급을 제공할 때까지 지속될 수 있는지 확인하십시오. 안전을 유지하려면 다음 지침을 따르십시오. K 긴급경보 시스템의 긴급공지입니다.
This is a national emergency bulletin. The following information in this bulletin will help you stay updated on the current situation and survive. A dangerous and deadly phenomenon is spreading all across the country. The phenomenon has been caused by an object that exists outside of our reality, known as the Black Moon. This phenomenon causes the breakdown of the organic matter in carbon-based life forms, excluding bacteria, and changing of that matter into a black, unknown dust-like substance. Eventually all of the matter of an individual is transmuted into this black dust-like substance. The victim is then presumed dead, and should be treated as such. As far as the government knows, there is no way to prevent this from happening. Due to the severity of this situation, the government urges everyone to stay home, as the influx of death has led to panic buying and violence against fellow citizens. There have also been riots and conspiracies going around that this is our North Korea's doing, but as far as the United Nations and our government knows, this is not the case. If the riots continue or worsen, the military will step in to enforce a martial law. In the event that this happens, all transport, stores, restaurants, public gathering spaces, and other facilities will be shut down and now allowed to open. Citizens will no longer be able to go to these places, and will be required to stay in their homes. The military will provide rations of canned goods, bottled water, and other vitamins and nutrients necessary for survival to your home. If you need bigger rations, or specific medications or treatments, call 114. Police will survey your home and make accommodations based on how many people reside there. If you go outside during the martial law, if it happens, you will be arrested or killed. Conspiring against the government or attempting to take up arms against the government will cause you to be flagged as a terrorist, and will be met with swift and lethal force. This country cannot afford to fall into chaos while also being ravaged by a deadly global anomaly. Gather food, water, clothing, medical supplies, cell phones, phone chargers, toiletries, and a battery-powered or hand-crank radio with extra batteries or a charger. Make sure your supplies can last for at least a month, or until the government can provide rations. Follow these instructions to stay safe. This has been an emergency bulletin from the K Emergency Warning System.
This is an emergency message authorized to be issued by the Government of New Zealand. The riots and disappearances have gotten to a level so bad that the military has been overwhelmed by the influx of riots and deaths due to the Black Moon phenomenon. Emergency management has come to a standstill due to the influx of injuries of soldiers and average civilians due to the riots. This has led to nearly 500,000 deaths and 1 million injuries. Nearly 2 million people are participating in the riots and insurrection against the government. Due to the massive amounts of riots, the government has decided to take drastic measures to keep law and order. The Government of New Zealand has decided to forego all government jurisdictions across the country of New Zealand. The government will no longer have any say or decisions in the ongoing of the 7 provinces of the country. This may seem counterproductive, however, we are doing this because another organization will take over all government functionality in our place. This broadcast will now switch over to them. This is the final message from the Government of New Zealand.
We are irrelevant. You will not need to know our names, as we will not be around for long. Our organization has agreed to take control of this country in the absence of a government. Due to the overwhelming force of the rioters, our military has stepped in and taken control of the country. You may have seen some of our soldiers helping your government, but now all of them will have complete control of the country and have the permission to do whatever they see fit to keep law and order in New Zealand. This could even be lethal force or detainment. We will defeat the rioting and lawlessness in this country, no matter the cost. You will return to your homes in 30 minutes and will not be able to leave until 7:30 a.m. Anyone caught outside after this period will be detained immediately, no questions asked. Commit violence or rebel against our forces and you will be terminated. If it is found you were not intending on rioting, you will be released, but fined and placed on house arrest. We will provide rations and nutrient-rich food and supplies to your homes every 7 days. Bigger rations will be provided if the need arises. You need only to call 105. Once the riots end, we will secede most of our government jurisdictions in the country and return them to the nation's former government. However, our military will still have advanced powers and authority to do certain actions in the country until this event ends. Follow our orders and peace and stability will resume. Go against us and it costs you. Thank you for your cooperation. Secure, contain, protect.
That shall not be revealed at this time. Over the past few days, society across the world has collapsed, with nations that still stand barely being able to hold themselves together. The Black Moon phenomenon has killed over 3.6 billion residents across the world, which is nearly half of the global population. Many important government officials have been confirmed dead, including the President of the United States. Riots continue to worsen the situation, and the military is being overwhelmed by the amount of death via the Black Moon, riots, and economic collapse, as well as resource scarcity. In addition, due to the loss of trees and other carbon-absorbing plants, the global temperature has been increasing, along with air quality progressively getting worse. At this time, it is still unknown when the Black Moon will end. However, due to the speed at which it has killed off nearly half of the population, it is suspected that if the phenomenon continues, every single human being on the planet will be killed, and eventually, every plant and animal, leaving the barren planet where only microorganisms exist, similar to when Earth was first formed. Due to this, the United States government, United Nations, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and undisclosed organization, and the governments of every other remaining nation have approved the commencement of Project Arumas. The deeper details of this project shall not be revealed at this time. However, restrictions will be put in place to ensure it occurs without hindrance. As of this broadcast, 7:17 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 8:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 8:17 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 6:17 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 5:17 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10:17 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time, 1:17 a.m. Samoa Standard Time. The martial law will be upgraded. The martial law is now protected under the Lunar Containment and American Restoration Order of 2021, which temporarily suspends most civil liberties for the duration of the emergency. The contents of the Lunar Containment and American Restoration Order are as follows. The United States Army, United States National Guard, and the forces of an undisclosed organization will be enforcing the 24/7 martial law. You will not be allowed outside for the duration of this emergency. If you are caught outside, you will be shot and killed. No questions asked. Rations will be brought to your home every 7 days. Water, gas, electricity, rent, student loans, and other debts have been suspended for the duration of this emergency and will not need to be paid. Their cost will also not increase. Internet services will continue for the time being. However, if you are caught attempting to incite violence, you will be arrested. Project Arumas is expected to commence tomorrow, the day after. We cannot guarantee it will work. However, due to its nature, it is highly suspected that it will. For now, remain calm and adhere to the martial law. These may be trying times for the country and the planet at large. However, if we all work together and comply, we can persevere. This broadcast will now cease transmission, and normal programming may resume. This video is created at the request of the administrator, along with the O5 command. This video is only accessible to those of level 4 or 5 security clearance. The administrator has authorized the contingency plan, Project Arumas, to counteract the effects of SCP-001, which activated nearly 7 days ago. The Black Moon is on the brink of causing an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario, as within less than a week, nearly half of the human population and more than 30% of plant life and animal life have died due to this anomaly. As such, the O5-Command and Administrator have placed Project Arumas on high priority and shall be enacted immediately. Project Arumas involved using contained SCPs to either destroy or contain the Black Moon. However, the main difficulty of this is that the Black Moon exists outside of convention reality. Due to this, the O5-Command have debated thoroughly about which SCP should be used to enact Arumas.
1765-1, 2, and 3, also known as the Sisters, shall accompany God, two of them also having an ability to warp and bend reality. The final SCP to accompany God will be an instance of SCP-3480-2. Instances of SCP-3480-2 have been reported to have the ability to also alter reality, and as such would be useful in accompanying the Sisters and God, as they also possess similar abilities. These SCPs shall be accompanied by MTF Vanta Salvatoris, a splinter force of the original MTF Vanta specifically chosen for this project. MTF Vanta Salvatoris will deliver the SCPs to Site 14-22 near Yellowstone National Park in armored vehicles fitted with Scranton reality anchors to prevent the Sisters and SCP-3480-2 from attempting to escape. Once at Site 14-22, all three SCPs will be teleported using their abilities towards the edge of the universe, where they will escape reality and attempt to destroy the Black Moon. However, should this fail, the three will attempt to create a barrier between our reality and the Black Moon that would prevent its effects from reaching our reality. In addition, a gigantic Scranton reality sphere, based on the proposed build of the Dyson sphere, will be deployed around the Black Moon by SCP-343, which will hopefully help neutralize the effects of SCP-001. Once finished, SCP-343 will return the Sisters and SCP-3480-2 Site 14-22, in which SCP-3480-2 will be neutralized, and the Sister relocated back to their containment area, along with SCP-343. Once SCP-001 is contained or neutralized, SCP-2000 will be deployed to replace the population killed by the Black Moon. Afterwards, mystics will be deployed across the world. All site leaders of the three SCPs have been informed, and will begin to move the Sisters, God, and SCP-3480-2 Site 14-22 is Vanta Salvatoris. Should Projectoralist fail, SCP-055 will be brought to SCP-579 to cause a universal reset, as SCP-2000 will be ineffective due to the Earth becoming uninhabitable from loss of plant and animal life. Projectoralist will be officially inactive tomorrow. The fate of the world rests on this final plan, and cannot be allowed to fail. Secure, contain, protect.
This is Vanta 1 currently at Site 1422 with 1765, 1, 2, and 3. What's your status, Vanta 2?
This is Vanta 2. I'm also at Site 1422 with 3480-2. The competent mobile task force to prevent from destroying the area. Do you have any status on Vanta 3?
I heard he just entered the site and is on his way to his designated area.
This is Vanta 3. I've entered my area. Are you ready to send the guys out?
Vanta 1, ready.
Vanta 2, ready. Alright, input your designated codes.
Let's hope they can save us. Not looking forward to becoming black dust.
Hey, take a look at this.
What's up?
Well, we found 5 anomalies that re-entered our reality. We also noticed that the deaths have stopped. There have been no deaths within the past few hours.
So, they did it. They actually did it!
Yeah, we're finally safe, but it might not be eternal.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, Salvatore told the Foundation that 343 and 1765 said that they successfully made a barrier between our reality and the moon's, but it's slowly being whittled away. At the current rate, we have another 20 years to devise a plan. We could have extra time depending on how long it takes for the moon to reactivate if it does deactivate before the barrier is destroyed.
Oh great, and just when we got some good news.
Hey! Don't go all doomer on me for now, and for the next 20 or so years. We're going to be just fine.
The following is a safety message from the United States government. The disappearances caused by the Black Moon phenomenon have ended, and no new disappearances have been reported over the past week. As such, the Lunar Containment and American Restoration Order of 2021 has been lifted, along with the martial law. You may now exit your homes as you please, however it is not advised to do so, as much of the nation is damaged due to the riots, along with collapsed structures due to workers keeping them in shape being killed by this phenomenon. The former president, current president, new vice president, the United Nations, and an unknown organization would like to thank you for your cooperation.
Greetings, America. We are an organization that has remained secret for the duration of this emergency. We have helped your world leaders respond to and contain this tragic event that has torn our planet apart. We have found a solution to the Black Moon phenomenon, and have started rebuilding efforts across the world to restore our planet to its former glory. We as not only an organization, but as fellow people, human beings just like you, would like to give our most sincere gratitude and our deepest condolences. Surviving this event, watching your loved ones die, wasn't easy. It's probably the true pain of this event, the true terror. But we offer you a solution. A way to make all of the trauma, terror, and pain go away. To reunite with your families in this restored world, and to put this event behind you. You need only to look. Look.